fascist controlled model with socialism used as the way to basically condition the public to be dependent.
Shit. Look, I'm living in a tent on 16 acres because the local court here took my husband's name off of a house that he inherited from his parents, gave it to a brother, and denied him his 1/3 share of the money. Both of them refused to sell the house. We moved back from Ohio. We were staying in it just temporarily because they demanded that we pay and fix it up because they had been mowing the yard the whole time for 5 years. Their mother was in the hospital. But the court system, the Ouachita Parish Sheriff's Department, took my husband's name off the house, put one brother's name on it. There were 3. The other 2 were in league together, sold the house out from under him, and we're living in a tent. Because it cost us $15,000.
Did they do that outside of court? They just changed the paperwork?
No, they did it in court. I've got all the paperwork. I can send it to you.
Well, that's pretty bad. But they didn't give him compensation, and his name was on the deed.
Letter, and they sent the letter back to me as if Paul had done something wrong because we dared to complain that they did it.
Well, it's just a crazy world. It's a crazy world. God bless you, ma'am. I appreciate your call, but you're right. It's gangsterism. People think it's cool to act like thugs and packs of wolves instead of acting like chivalrous men. And because men that are good don't stand up, because the world's so complex, most of them can't figure out how to do it. The enemy is just able to take over. It's a fight between good and evil. And it can manifest through anything. Look at this headline from RT. Utah police now responsible for more homicides than street gangs. And those statistics are out from AFP. Let's talk to Lisa in Colorado. Lisa, thanks for holding.
Hi, Alex. Thanks for taking my call today. I just wanted to bring this to the attention of you and everybody. There is a lot of people that are being discriminated against by national autism organizations for speaking about personal vaccine injury that happened to their child. And basically what's happening is if you even say the word vaccine in any of these national autism organizations, they will tell you don't talk about vaccines. They will censor you.
Well, we're not going to give you any aid. Look, the big breast cancer associations, I mentioned this earlier, but you've experienced it. The autism groups, all of them, are there to control the operation and to get all the money from the runs and the events and the bake sales to get money to, quote, help the veterans, help the autistic, help the breast cancer, never asking why breast cancer is exploding, why autism's exploding, why the veterans aren't being taken care of. Oh, just raise more money to give it to the very groups that are there to manage and control the target group. And so, yes, that's what they do.
And I'll tell you, we are a military family. We have fraternal twins that have autism. Oh. And there is so many people that we have encountered that are active duty military that have autistic children, like our neighbor to the left, our neighbor to the right, the people living behind us. We've all got blue lights on this month for autism awareness because we've all got these autistic kids. Nobody in our families have, any genetics that would link to autism or anything like that.
Sure, but they'll tell you it's genetic now that everyone around you has it. And see, it's because veterans on average have had 4 to 5 times, you can pull these numbers up, the vaccines the general public has. And a lot of that gets passed on from the chemical load. They also inject the pregnant wives of GIs or pregnant women in the military. And if the baby survives, still there's going to be a major neurological problems in many cases. We've had the medical doctors on about it. And then they tell you, keep your mouth shut about it. It's truly disgusting that this is going on, but they're not going to be able to hide it forever. The only way they can is by controlling the advocacy groups, just like they have the Veterans of Foreign War groups will get mad if you talk about the troops being treated bad, or if you talk about the troops not being given medical treatment, or if you talk about troops having a 3-fold increase in deformities if they've been around DU and their babies. And boy, I tell you, they will cancel speakers. They will kick you out of most of these Veterans of Foreign War groups because they'll put an operative who's there getting paid to suppress the troops and who is putting reports out to the FBI on every member of that VA. And people will wonder why they're part of the Veterans of Foreign War group in their little town or city, why it seems like the VA knows everything about you or knows when you shoot your mouth off when you're having beer or whatever, and why your guns got taken, because it's nothing but an enemy operation at the top spying on you with HUMET. Go ahead.
Well, you know, even on posts like the doctors, they'll say, well, we don't know what causes autism, but
Sure.
we know it's not vaccines. And
Sure.
they'll kind of laugh about it. It's really,
Well,
really
see,
sad.
that's meant to make you feel small. Fluoride hurting you? Oh, 1 in 50-something's got it now? Oh, you don't like Obamacare kicking you off your health plan and doubling your price? That's all PSYOP, and they're all involved, all in a conspiracy of the system, because they wouldn't have their job the minute they did the right thing. So they get into the fraud and convince themselves it's okay because they're such moral cowards. They're not even consciously evil.
We've all heard the news stories. Another shooting, and they're getting worse. That's why Infidel Body Armor introduces Infidel Fridays, exclusive 24-hour insider deals to save you money and possibly save your life. Make it a favorite when you log on to InfidelBodyArmor.com. Then be sure to visit each and every Infidel Friday to get special insider pricing, but for 24 hours only. That's InfidelBodyArmor.com. Infidel Body Armor just won't quit.
Last year, in the Nevada desert, one family took a stand for freedom. Numanna Food Storage was the first and only company to support the rights of the Bundys. While others stood down, Numanna took donations and provided storable foods to the men at Bunkerville. Founded by patriots who believe in liberty, Numanna Food Storage is GMO-free, great-tasting, and easy to prepare. Food is freedom. Buy Numanna today at PowerPrepper.com. Numanna Food Storage you'll love to eat at PowerPrepper.com.
InfoWars Life and InfoWarsLife.com is extremely excited to announce our latest release, Winter Sun, a revolutionary type of vitamin D3. Winter Sun is a premium quality vitamin D3 nutritional supplement. It is produced by extracting oil from healthy, nutrient-dense plants known as lichens. Every batch is analyzed for purity and D3 content. It's completely free of toxins and allergens. Simply put, if you want the best at an extremely low price, this is it. Winter Sun is the result of our pursuit of the best source of vitamin D3. The research and development took over 2 years, but the result, as verified by independent laboratories, is the best vegan vitamin D3 product in the world. Read the facts at InfoWarsLife.com about Winter Sun Vitamin D3. Not only does vitamin D3 promote a healthy mood, but vitamin D supports our memory and brain function, something the globalists are targeting. Visit InfoWars.com today or call 888-253-3139.
Finally, a hard rock album that actually says something. Envy, the self-titled CD.
We all live in a world today where things aren't what they seem. And if you think the news is real, you're living in a dream. Politicians don't run too deep to fight for you and me. They represent who cuts a check, fulfill the corporate need. I can't stand this no more. I don't want to give my freedom away. Everything, all we see, all that we are led to believe, lies that we all must eat. Doesn't matter who you vote for, it only matters what you buy.
Available on iTunes or Amazon.com. Visit envymusic.com.
Monetary controls.
We now take you live to the Central Texas Command Center in the heart of the resistance. You're listening to The Alex Jones Show. I'm your host, Alex Jones. I'll be back live in studio this Sunday, 4 to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Special Ops veterans groups have launched counter Jade Helm operation. We've spent a few days looking into these groups. Several of the groups look very legitimate with legitimate people involved. We don't know about the others. And I'm saying that because I've covered these drills they don't want covered before. And I've made films about it. We have it on tape. The military going around house to house saying, don't talk to us in Florida, and trying to set us up, and our hotel room broken into, and a guy jumping out trying to set fires, saying we did it, who we later saw with the Army. I mean, it gets crazy. So I need to tell everybody, if you go out and individually cover this or just videotape it, you should be fine. But if you actually get approached by groups you don't know, this is what this is all about with the plainclothes military they're going to have out there practicing engaging the American people. And again, they're going to have thousands of different sub-scenarios going on over 2 months. Different drills, scores of drills every day in 10 states. So there'll be hundreds of different things done each week over 2 months. So that's thousands and thousands. So that's part of the PSYOP. But if you run into the real stuff where they're practicing rounding people up or raiding gun stores or setting up checkpoints and taking guns, I mean, if you might catch the troops really pulling people out of cars on the side of a highway. I mean, you may catch a whole highway shut down with troops aiming guns and dragging people out by their hair, and then they'll have like some special ops guy throw a smoke grenade at the regular military to see what happens. I mean, helicopters crashing into buildings, and that happened in Houston and fell 12 stories, killing people. I mean, and it won't be on the news when it happens. Soldier of Fortune covered that, though, when the helicopter crashed. I mean, I've had them pull guns on me. Well, I put my hands up. Mike Hansen started arguing, when I'm an Army veteran, this is America. And they're just like, I'm going to shoot you if you don't give me that camera right now. And Mike's like, I don't care what you do. So they just grabbed him and took his camera away. To Mike's credit, he's just, I put my hands up. Mike just got in their face and kept filming. Because he was so angry that they would do that to him in San Antonio when the police chief had already thrown him out. So I'm telling you, folks, I am a veteran of this, of covering it. And we had our reporters shot with rubber bullets and gas and the rest of it up in Ferguson for no reason. This is much more dangerous if you run into one of their real operations they don't want you to know about. I mean, the unannounced stuff will be practicing taking over the Capitol. I would guess that's going to be done, unless the state says no, which the governor may. They'll practice taking over courthouses, or you'll be at a picnic at the side of the lake, and troops will march up, and they'll see if the troops will search you. And it's to test the troops and see if they'll do outrageous crap. So I'm not against the troops. This is a PSYOP on them, number one, the local government, number two, the public, number three. That's the PSYOP, in order. But now this article just broke. Special Ops veterans groups have launched Counter Jade Helm Operation. Paul Joseph Watson, Joe Biggs contributed to the report. Let's just add Joe Biggs' name to the report. That's a Paul Joseph Watson, Joe Biggs report. Great job, Paul Watson, being such a prolific, quick writer on his feet to get that done in just a few hours. Doing a great job. His article on our censorship, the Homeland Security saying we can't cover Jade Helm and refusing to let us be part of the press pool. That's up on Infowars.com and DrudgeReport.com right now. Briefly, we have a limited run. It'll be sold out for a month. We have the Child Ease with 20-plus known ingredients that don't drug your child, but just calm them, focus them, you name it. It works on adults as well. It's just a classical, concentrated formula at a low price, 4 ounces of it. It's a good-sized bottle, InfoWarsLife.com, and your purchase supports the broadcast, so try it out today. I mean, it's just amazing what it does, InfoWarsLife.com.
Visit GCNlive.com today.
For all of recorded history, civilizations around the world praised the health benefits of silver. At InfoWars Life, our mission is to bring you the highest quality, purest, cleanest, effective colloidal silver on the market today for the lowest price available. You don't have to be a doctor to know. The fall and winter months are the most dangerous time of year in North America when it comes to you and your family's health. InfoWarsLife.com is very excited to announce our biggest run yet of Silver Bullet colloidal silver, exclusively available at InfoWarsLife.com. Now, InfoWarsLife.com has taken colloidal silver to the next level using a cutting-edge technique that is free of toxic artificial additives. Now more than ever, it's important to stock up on high-quality Silver Bullet from InfoWarsLife.com. No survival chest is complete without Silver Bullet. Secure your Silver Bullet today at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139. Silver Bullet.